Good evening, parents. Thank you for coming on this open house. Okay, so if you click this link, it's because you want to know, what can I do to help my daughter or son bring their grades up? Okay, we have about 4 weeks left. Plenty of time for your child or child to get a D. That's all they need to pass. They need 60% to pass with a D. So if they have an F right now, they just need 60%. Now, I did some things on my part to help this along. Now, if your child has a C and they want to go to a B, or D to a C, B to an A, and so forth and so on, it's doable too. We have 4 weeks. I'll be giving some assignments, some extra credit here and there to help them out. But no matter what the situation is, whether it's an F student, A student, B student, whatever, the key for my class is to work, to try, to put in best effort. Now, I never tell my students that they have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I tell them they can make mistakes. I tell them they have to ask me for help, and I will gladly help them. Okay? Now, with Zoom being what it is, if they don't say anything, unfortunately, I can't look at them. I can't see them to say, hey, it looks like little Bobby's confused. I better go help him. They have to tell me. And a lot of these kids don't turn on their cameras, and I don't make them turn on their cameras. For whatever reason, I respect their privacy. It's on them. But if they tell me, they can tell me through email, they can tell me through Schoology, I need help. I will help them. Okay? If they do their part, I'll do my part. And that's the key here. It's a partnership between the three of us, the parent, the child, and of course myself. Now, I realize as a parent, you're busy, you're working. My parents were the same way. They worked all day, all night, so I get it. So I try to do my part as much as I can, but your child has to do their part. That's the thing. They have to do their part. No matter what it is, they have to ask. Even if they think it's a dumb question, please ask me. Okay? With that said, let me show you what's going on. Now, they're with me either for math, for science, or for robotics, although we really didn't do much robotics because of COVID, but we did do coding. Well, that's another topic for later. Now, the layout for all the classes is the same. I break up the work into folders according to the week. So week 15, week 16, week 17. Now, starting with week 13, I stopped locking assignments. I stopped blocking tests. I accept late assignment, late work. It's all good. So what your child's going to have to do then is they're going to have to go through their grades and see, okay, what do I need to do? Okay, so again, if you go to past work, maybe I went too fast here. Let me review that real fast. All the classes have a folder called past work. Okay, it's right there. So starting with week 13 up to now, they can go back and submit assignments they didn't do, take tests that they didn't take, or quizzes they didn't take to get credit. I won't mark it late. They'll get full credit, but they got to do it. Okay, so I'm trying to think what else I can say about that. Oh, there are some assignments that I won't accept anymore because they were done in class, either before, like right at the very beginning or at the very end. So you had to be in the Zoom meeting to do it. Those would be Padlets, exit tickets. Those are the main assignments. Oh, and the Zoom attendance. Now, obviously, for that one, you have to be in Zoom to get the point. So if they didn't show up for Zoom, they lost out on a point. But here's the good news: the Zoom attendance is only like 3% of your grade, 3 points out of 100. If they do everything else and don't log into Zoom the first 5 minutes of class, it's not going to hurt their grade. It's not a big deal. Okay? And that's pretty much all I have to say for that. Now, I do want to show you something that I did, so just to verify something. I'm going to show you the grade book. As soon as it loads and opens. Okay. If you notice, I got rid of all the zeros. I gave them either 40% or 50% of the grade, depending on the severity of the assignment. So like homework, I gave them 50%, but quizzes, I gave them 40%. Now, I'll explain why in just a moment. Now, if you notice the zeros here, extra credit assignments that are worth 0 points, it doesn't hurt their grades. I figured, okay, I'm not going to change it. I'll leave it as is. I mean, for people that did do it, it wouldn't be fair if people that actually did do the extra credit. So I left it at that. But everything else, I definitely got rid of the zeros. Okay? As far as quizzes and tests, why do I give them 40%, not 50? If they didn't take it, they have a chance to bring it up, obviously. But let's say what happens is I give them a quiz Friday, and then we go over it Monday. and I give them the answers. I show them how to do it. So it wouldn't be fair if they forgot to take it over the weekend and then they submit it on Monday after giving them all the answers, and now they have a perfect paper. That wouldn't be fair to everybody else that took the test on time or did it before I went over it. So in the interest of fairness, I leave it at 40%. But if they turn it in, if they show me that they actually went through the effort and took the test, I'll give them the extra point, go to 50%. So that's why quizzes work out like that. Yeah. Again, I did my part. I got rid of the zeros. I went back from day one, all these assignments from this semester. So their grade went up a lot. You see, it is reachable. It is doable. I mean, like this example, the B with 3 more percentage points, they can go to an A. So this person's not that far from an A. This person's not that far from a, well, they have the D right now, which is great, not that far from a C. So it's doable. This is all doable. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else I can say to help them bring their grade up. As long as they do their part, I will be giving out extra credit. I will be giving out... Oh, you know what? I do need to show you one thing before I forget. If your son or daughter doesn't know, how do I know if I did the assignment or not? Here, let's just click on a math assignment. Now, what I see and what they see is going to be a totally different thing, but I'll give you more or less an idea. Okay. On the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a submit button. Or if it says submit, that means they didn't do it. If it says resubmit, it means they did it and they got what they got. So it can't help you there. But if it says submit, that means they didn't do it. Please do it. And for exams, same thing. If it lets them do it, then you know that they didn't do it the first time around, and they have a chance to do it right this time. And that's true for all the assignments, for math or science or robotics. Okay, more than that, I think I've said everything I needed to say. Let me just highlight or review the high points, the highlights here. For my part, I got rid of the zeros, so those are gone. And from this point on, they're not going to get zeros. So even if they don't do an assignment, they don't take a quiz, they'll get at least 40% of the grade, if not 50, depending on the assignment. So at least 40, if not 50, depending on the assignment. I'm not locking assignments anymore. I'm not counting assignments. Well, if it's a current assignment and they can turn it in late, I will take like 10% off. But for older assignments that they haven't done yet, and they still haven't done it, I won't mark those late. I'll give them full credit. If they're putting in the effort to go back into the past and redo old assignments, not redo, do old assignments, I won't penalize them for that. That's good. That's what I want to see. I want to see effort. I want to see that they care about their grade. And I'll respect that, and I'll reward it in kind. And what else? The other highlight. Yeah, I think that's it for my part. They just need to put in the effort and let me know that they need help. Okay, I hope this helped. If there's other questions, I'm going to be here for the next, for 2 hours. Please let me know. You can always email me as well. And if you want to see how your child's doing because you don't know, because Parent Portal, again, I love it, but it doesn't give the most current grade. Unless they fixed it. As far as I know, that's just the way it goes. But just let me know, and I'll work with you. And I'll work with your child, too. So anyways, thank you, and have a nice evening.